what I'm supposed to be playing or reviewing for you guys. I was more excited than anybody for the Nintendo Switch 2 release. I mean,
that is a flat-out fucking lie. This retard, oh, it's not worth it, and then souls out. Maybe it's true. So maybe he was more excited for it because, you know, he was lying the whole time. He was marketing care about the price.
Nintendo had their biggest franchises.
What a shock, bro. What a fucking shock. Yeah, wearing skinny jeans and the big 26 is definitely a choice.
Lined up from the start. They had Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Pokemon, Zelda, Kirby, Drag X. How did that get in there? Last year was supposed to be the promised year, like the one foretold in the prophecies, handed down by Yamauchi in 1859, straight to Doug Bowser's desk in 2026. Oh, wait, who's the president of Nintendo now? Didn't we get Doug Bowser like 2 months ago? That was quick. Bye. I really do wish Doug Bowser the best. I hope he enjoys retirement the same way Reggie Fils-Aimé did. And by that, I mean getting a new job at a different gaming company literally the day after they leave Nintendo. Speaking of...
He did not...
Reggie Fils-Aimé did. And by that, I mean getting a new job at a different game.
That's not a new job. Joining a board of directors is literally just an advisory role. You know, that's what you retire into when you're this type of person. You know, getting appointed to a board of directors is like basically, you know, corporate welfare in a sense. It basically is you get paid to show up to a meeting every few months.
Company literally the day after they leave Nintendo. Speaking of...
Well, technically, Hasbro is a gaming company because they have Wizards of the Coast.
People that are in a weird place with Nintendo right now. Did you see the other day that Reggie quote tweeted his favorite color for the new Mod Retro, a device that plays Nintendo 64 games? Isn't this essentially illegal in Nintendo's eyes? Has anyone done a wellness check on Reggie's house recently? Is he okay? I don't know if you heard, but those Nintendo ninjas can get aggressive. Believe me, I had to jump borders and lay low for a month after I unboxed that Zelda Switch. I'm scared for my life. In fact, wasn't I fired from Nintendo while Reggie was in office for modding my Nintendo? Oh, sure, but it's okay when he does it. Nah, I'm just playing. Reggie can do no wrong. He's my favorite president. Much better than the sorry excuse for a president we have now. But anyway, that's off topic. As far as Devin...
Oh my god. The TDS, bro. I mean, it's not surprising that he has cum shot loops through his fucking ears. So, yeah, of course he has TDS, but, you know, Jesus Christ. I mean, I always knew this guy was a,
Skip it up, you fucking loser faggot.
But that really seals the deal.
Richard goes, she seems nice enough. We'll just have to wait and see. I think mostly where I'm left feeling kind of empty with the Switch 2 is in 2 different places. The console and its games. So I kind of...
Like, this is the thing I don't get, bro. Take your cock-sucking ass back to Australia if you hate the US so much. Like, real talk, bro. You know? Go back to your own fucking country. Real talk. Stop coming here and making ours worse. If you don't fucking like it, leave. Review comparison to 20, the green screen millennial video essays must end. Yeah, total millennial content creation. This is very millennial coded, you're right.
Everything about it. Don't get me wrong, the Switch 2 is a sizable upgrade. It does everything the Switch 1 could do, but better. The better specs, the nicer dock experience, the just getting those Joy-Cons they do it all day. But I mean, other than that, it is sort of just the same thing over again. The UI is the same, the form factor's the same, it does all of the same basic functions. I mean, it's kind of like when you upgrade to a new iPhone. The first couple of days is exciting as you're trying out and testing all the new features, but if you're still ranting and raving about it 8 months later, you might want to consider getting a new hobby or something, because clearly you don't got a lot going on. And then you got this $50 thing, which I'm convinced nobody actually bought. For the few of us that did, I know that we've all checked GameStop at least once to see what the trade-in value is, and it's... No, I mean, not worth it. I mean, what are you going to get with that? Like 2 on-clearance Funko Pops? Yay. The camera was really the only element in the Switch 2's review.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would.
So that separated it from the previous console. A whole camera? Wow. Hopefully one day we can upgrade and get this built into the actual console. I guess we just need to build the technology for that. And by the technology, I mean a time machine so that we can go back to 2008 and ask how the DS could do it. I guess an onboard camera would have been just...
Yeah, I would rather not have an onboard camera on the Switch console itself, but, you know, that's just me, you know. One less spy camera in your life is better.
Too convenient. Or maybe it was because Nintendo wouldn't be able to charge you separately for the camera that way. Because can you imagine if there was a feature baked into the console that Nintendo were charging us to use? Oh no, don't worry though. The good news is, outside of like Mario Party, not a single game has...
Like, dude, I would pay extra to not have a front-facing camera on myself.
even attempted to use the camera in any sort of meaningful or innovative way. Well, outside of being able to see your friends' faces in the games that you're playing, which I thought that's what Game Chat was already for. So you're just choosing what location you'd like to best see up your friend's nostrils, the bottom of the screen or right in the middle of it. Believe me, if I wanted to see Scott the Woz's face pimples up close and personal while I'm playing Mario Kart World, I'd just call him on FaceTime. So yeah, the console is what it is. It's a better Switch. The hope is, now that the new has worn off, that I'd be left with a bunch of quality games to play on it. Oh no! Getting Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza back to back within a month of this console launching was like getting a giant slice of chocolate cake and being able to eat it too. I overfed. I gorged myself on every single banana, both on and...
Holy dude, this is unbearable. Like, I don't know how people fucking watch this shit unironically. This is fucking... It's just...
Off the course. It really was an exhilarating first 4 weeks. I felt like I had Nintendo jacked straight into my veins. But of course, after the high comes the withdrawals.
We're gonna need a lot of showers. Chaka Chaka Gaming with the A. Beat 'em ups is a raging Zelda autist who looks like 35 acting like a child. I'd say he's acting worse than a child, bro. This is the soy lineal Peter Pan syndrome. I genuinely person, quote unquote.
I finished Donkey Kong Bonanza. I got something like 650 bananas. If I have to hit one more time, I'm gonna violate Nintendo's ruler in ways that even they haven't thought of yet. And there's only so many times that I can lose connection during a Mario Kart World online race before I decide to put...
Dude, this sounds like a personal problem, because I can literally stream Mario Kart for like, what, 10 hours straight and maybe lose connection once every, I don't know, 50 hours? So, sounds like you got some internet problems, bro.
Down the Switch 2 and actually do something productive like my dishes before I become the next Asmongold. I already have the hair and the beard. You know, if I stop showering, that's it for me. And then that was kind of it for me with Nintendo's games. I mean, I finished Pokemon Blaza, whatever you want to call it. And you know how I felt about that one? I'm still in window pain. I didn't even bother to play the $30 DLC, and I bought it along with the game at launch. And for that...
Of course you did.
You might call me an idiot. And yeah, I already told you I was a Pokemon fan. Kind of goes hand in hand at this point. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment did introduce some of my new favorite characters into Zelda canon lore. I mean, you have Brackon,
I
Queen.
still need to play these. I bought the trilogy of this. I don't know if you have to play them in order or not.
Oh, and who could forget Typhon? I'm a fan of Typhon. Where's my Typhon heads in the chat? I mean, the game itself is fine. It's just fine. If you haven't played the game and you're a Zelda fan, I can show you the entire list of unlockable characters, and it won't be a spoiler because you won't know who any of them are. You know what? I'm tired of playing as Link in Zelda games. How long until we get a Legend of Largo game? Do you guys hear that? Oh, huh, it sounds like there's an ice cream truck outside. You better go run and catch it. Okay, good. Now that all the Kirby fans are gone, we can talk about Air Riders. What kind of ADHD do you need to understand what the hell is happening here? City Trials was the mode I was most excited to play in this new Kirby Air Riders, and you cannot convince me that anybody has any idea what is happening. The only way that I could follow along with this gameplay is if I uploaded it to YouTube and then watched it back at 0.25% speed. The actual racing
Jesus Christ, man.
mode is fun, but as far as I can tell, no one actually plays that, and I prefer Mario Kart World, and I'm already sick of Mario.
Dude, they're all felted about Asmongold's success, because every single one of them views Asmongold as like some far-right extremist, when in reality he is a fence-sitting centrist at best. And, you know, it drives them fucking insane. It's like Hassan, knowing that Asmongold is technically the most popular political streamer on Twitch, while meanwhile not even putting in even remotely close to as much effort as Hassan does to be seen as like a legitimate fucking political figure.
Mario Kart World. So what are we doing here? Then there's also Metroid Prime 4, but I gave you a whole hour of that, so you're not squeezing not a second down of me. I don't even want to look at it. So suddenly, I went from the foretold prophecy of Nintendo's domination to the cold, bold quantity of Nintendo's defecation. A 2 out of 6 batting average cannot be good. I mean, I don't play sports outside of Yakuza games, but I'm pretty sure I don't want that guy on my team. Getting a free update to Animal Crossing was pretty cool, and good thing it was free because I blew through all that content in like an hour. I mean, it was kind of just a miniature version of the last paid DLC, except now I have a bunch of random weirdos walking around the island, and I didn't ask for that. It's such a jump scare every time. Like, oh, you don't live here. So I've kind of just been left holding my dongle this whole time, at least with Nintendo's games, because oh boy, some of these third-party developers have actually been putting some really cool things on the console. What's wrong? You worried I'm gonna break my Switch 2 camera by doing this? Do you think it's gonna change anything?
He's like revolting, man. Like, there's just something very weird. It's hard to put a finger on, but it's like, yeah, this guy just looks very, very
thing. Ironically, it's not even a lie for me to say that I've spent far more.
Yeah, this humor is like literally consumed by Reddit tier celebrities. It's just, yeah, I mean, this is the type of shit that people laugh at who unironically say the fucking phrase, democracy dies in darkness, and they mean it. Like, this is the Washington Post reader's version of humor.
More time playing Sega games on my Switch than Nintendo. Once again, proving that Sega does what Nintendo don't. They just did Nintendo do it on someone else's console because they goggled themselves out of business. Fantasy Life I, Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy Tactics, Hades 2, Sonic Racing Crush World, Power Wash Simulator 2, Tomb Raider, the No Man's Sky update, Chill and Cast, or Cast and Chill, Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2, Absalom, Silk Song. I mean, just to name a few of my addictions on this new console so far. And I just bought and started playing Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. So if you need to find me for the next 60 hours, I'll be on the toilet, doom scrolling Instagram until I get sleep.
He made a fart noise!
And then regretting that I didn't actually play Dragon Quest. The Yakuza games alone got me through the holiday season because I was on YouTube break, I was sick with what I can only assume was a mega version of Vid 2.0, and I was just staring at my Switch 2 like, well, I guess I'll play Yakuza? Which I love those games, don't get me wrong, it's just if they weren't on the console.
Yeah, honestly, dude, we need forced euthanization for anyone that actually laughed at that. Forced euthanization, you know, you don't get a say in the matter. If you unironically laughed at that segment, to the showers. Actually, no, we'll just take you to the Canadian pods that they use. What are those, like, pods? They, like, remove the oxygen or whatever, and you just drift off into a sleep. We'll just use the Canadian euthanization pods. It's a little more, you know, I guess, humane.
He left to just play with a couple of big melons, which I now realize sounds a lot more fun than it actually is. I'm talking about Super Game Plan. Complete aside with the Yakuza games, by the way, I've been gushing about them a lot lately. I just can't believe that even the original back on PlayStation 2 in like 2005, it had a more detailed and expansive city than Pokemon ZA did in 2025. Yes, I'm back complaining about Pokemon ZA. I can't start. I mean, Yakuza had a bunch of like stores and locations that you could walk into and just peruse, making it feel like an interactive slice of the big city. And I mean, these remakes, Yakuza Kiwami 2, walking around this fictional city of Osaka, it's just so visually impressive and full of life and vibrant colors. Moments like this is when I really get that feeling of I
have the video sped up. This one here. I'll put it in normal speed for a few seconds, and it'll become unbearable.
am playing a new console, and it can do some really cool things. It's a feeling I'm not sure Nintendo themselves will actually...
It's a feeling that I don't think Nintendo themselves will ever be able to capture in one of their games. I'm really trying to get this video to be 20 minutes long by talking like I'm an actual illiterate fuck reading from this script in order to drag out the runtime of this video that didn't actually need to be made in the first place. Oh, insert fart joke, dude. It's like, just, it's unbearable, bro. I don't understand who the fuck you are. It's just obnoxious.
Ever be able to provide. They are far more focused on giving us fun than giant spectacles, which is fine. I mean, fun is preferred as long as the games are actually fun.
Dude, I cannot watch videos at normal speed anymore. I have to speed shit up because everybody talks so fucking slow nowadays. Like, nobody gets to the fucking point. They don't cut out their natural pauses. They just sit there and talk. Like, motherfucker, I got shit to do. You're not that important. What you have to say is not worthy of full fucking, you know, just natural pauses and empty ass droning on. It's just 90% of these videos are just pure fucking verbal filler. They don't actually say anything. They say a lot of fucking words, but nothing meaningful actually says.
You know. 2 out of 6. And then we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. Where do I even start with that? I mean, maybe with that booster pack of 15 Magic the Gathering random cards that come with the physical $40 release. A $40 game with a chance of getting a $300 card. I mean, kids, go get your mother's credit card. This game literally pays for itself, so thank you. Don't. When I was opening my pack, I actually pulled a $17 card, which is half my value back. I mean, with hit rates like this, I'm actually considering going and buying 10 more copies of the game. Just like...
I already did.
Open the booster packs. I don't don't see a better way of doing this. I mean, this is just a great deal. You do have to ignore the fact that it is a game key card, so technically you're just buying some plastic, but you're also buying some cardboard. I actually love that they did this, and I wish more Switch 2 publishers would give you an apology
I unironically have 10 copies of this game physically.
present for using a game key card. At least the game is only $40 this way, because you know they would have charged you a full 70 schmackers if they used a 64 gig card for this. Yeah, it would be better if it was 60 FPS, but to be honest, this is a third-person game where in the heat of the action combat, you literally pause the game, slow everything down.
Did I get any cards? No.
Mission is still on target. Good work.
I didn't open the actual cards, so all of my copies are sealed.
Onto a crawl so that you can meticulously pick the exact right spell or ability for the situation. Yeah, we're not exactly moving at the breakneck speeds of Samurai, Final Fantasy VII, Yakuza, Cyberpunk. I mean, all of these games are taking the Switch 2 to the next level, and I've loved my experience with all of them. It's just so incredibly cool that we can play these games portably, let alone the fact that they don't look like Witcher 3 did. So many people reacted to that Nintendo Switch Partner Showcase like it was the death of Nintendo. Meanwhile, they were showing us things that I still can't believe the console can do. We're not just getting big reveals with empty promises. You know, it was exciting when they revealed Outer Worlds for Switch 1 back in the day, but then... You know? I mean, we got games like Pragmata.
Oh, God. That fucking sound effect. Dude, yeah. Just turn up the gas. Holy shit, man. I now hate this guy even fucking more. Hello, fellow kids. I'm gonna use the TikTok sound because I'm so trendy and cool and not an almost 40-year-old man holding on to my childhood because I've accomplished nothing of any meaning in my life.
And Resident Evil 9, releasing on the same day as the other platforms, looking similar to the other platforms, and 60 FPS? I didn't think this was possible. I'm a little bit scared that it's not.
You know, just when I think it can't get any fucking worse, bro. Just when I think it can't get any fucking worse, it does.
And we're being lied to. But I played the demo of Pragmata, and it's actually really good, and it is 60 FPS. I don't know why I'm yelling. And did you see Final Fantasy IX Rebirth on this thing? I mean, whoa. I mean, yes, it's a game key card. Yes, shut up. I know. You gotta ruin everything. I know, but it...
Oh, dude, this is pain. This is actually fucking pain.
It does come with a little bit more cardboard. Also, it's 102 gigs. In fact, the only other thing that makes more sense to cram into the game case and another booster pack is a whole Switch 2 console. Because at 102 gigs, I'm gonna need a dedicated unit just for the storage space. Here's my regular Switch 2, and here's the one I used for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This one's sticky. I think that's where we're at with this Switch.
Get it, guys, because it jerks off while playing the game. Dude, that's so funny.
At this point, you know, we're all playing.
Holy shit, bro. Alright, so he's made a fucking shit joke. He's made a cum joke. Now we just need a piss joke. Will it happen? Place your bets.
Games that we played years before, but now when we play them, we don't have to pause when we get explosive diarrhea. Also,
dude, he made another poop joke. Holy fuck, man.
the way, we could have had a...
This guy's spiritually Indian, you know? I have another place you can emigrate to. Forget the United States. Have you heard of a wonderful place called India?
lot more third-party games by now, but for some reason Nintendo was so incredibly selective with who they sent Switch 2 dev units out to. You know, that's why when Sonic Crossworlds released on the console, it was the Switch 1 version and the Switch 2 version didn't come out for a few months later. It's because they literally did not have a Switch 2 dev unit. But I get it. You know, you can't trust just anybody with this thing.
We no longer control Charlie.
So who did Oink Games have to sleep with together? And if you don't know who Oink Game is, don't worry, I didn't either. Let me tell you about it. They make board games. And for some reason, Nintendo decided that they needed a dev unit so that they could make the Switch 2 exclusive Chilling by the Fire. Yeah, because that's really what the Switch 2 needed at launch. An experience where the only thing more chopped than the visuals is the gameplay mechanics. This $15 smash hit takes all the fun of Chilling by the Fire. That's the end of the sentence. I don't know what the history is or the correlation between Nintendo and Oink Games, and you can't Google Oink Games because they don't even have a Wikipedia page. In fact, the only thing that comes up is the game Oink on Atari, which, and I'm being completely honest, looks more fun than Chilling by the Fire. Oh, sorry. As I sit here writing this script, we did just have that Nintendo...
Oh, dude, that's so cool. He broke the fourth wall, guys. Wow.
Partner Showcase Direct, which gave us a bunch of really cool third-party games to look forward to. But as far as Nintendo's concerned for 2026, I mean, you got, and there's also, there is Tomodachi Life, which I was really excited to play until the internet told me that it would make me gay. So Can't touch that one now. It would just be an awkward conversation to have with my wife, which is a shame too, because that game actually looked pretty fun. But you're not gonna get me. You know, gotta stay on your toes. First it was the chemicals in the water that got the frogs. Yeah, even though every other line...
Dude.